me, Joe, and I review movies. Um, I recently saw the movie It. Came out about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it's about 2 hours and think 30 something odd minutes, about 2 hours and 20 something odd minutes long. Stars a bunch of kids that are actually very good actors, and it stars kid in particular who's the hero of our story. The story pretty much starts off with a young boy who gets murdered in the town that these kids live in, and every 27 years, this monster pretty much just snatches up a bunch of kids, and a lot of kids go missing. Now, what kind of trips me out about this whole narrative is that everybody just seems to accept it. Well, it's just something snatching up kids, and we just have to accept that this happens every 27 years. Well, these kids go Scooby Doo, and I'm telling you, they hunt down this monster, and I mean they get through a lot. They encounter a lot of hijinks and scary imagery that I thought was just way too scary for children. I mean, within the first 10 minutes, you see a kid get his arm bit off. I'm sorry, this one's going to be full of spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, it's been 4 weeks now. You need to go see it. I mean, within the first 5 or 10 minutes or so, one kid gets his arm bit off and then is subsequently murdered at that point. And then it goes, a couple of years later, the dad has accepted it. But of course, the older brother, he hasn't accepted it. This is his little brother that's gotten murdered. As such, he's pretty much, he's coming up with these. I mean, he's got like a plan in his garage as far as he's been tracking these killings down, has it all mapped out all over the city, and he understands. I think one of his other friends, an overweight kid, sees that it's partly due to the sewers. Well, they start getting together, and all these kids. It's like 7 kids in all. It's like 6 boys and 1 female. I mean, 7 children. I think they had way too many actors in this film. Although the kids did an excellent job, I'm telling you, they nailed the role. It was some scenes in the movie. I didn't think the movie was that scary. I didn't really. When I walked out, I mean, I just was like, they had a few jump scares. I mean, movies like that typically do have a lot of jump scares, but I didn't really feel like it was a scary movie. It didn't really do anything for me. I'm not afraid of clowns. I've never found them particularly frightening, myself. If I'm going to be frightened of something, it's always that kind of that villain that acts normal 1 minute but can snap within like a 2 point seconds. He can snap. He can snap from being nice to evil and doing something extremely heinous one moment to the next. That's always kind of scary me. And they had like I think one moment like that in this film, but for the most part, I didn't really find the villain that scary. The kids to me sold the film. They had one black kid in particular. The reason I'm bringing him up is because uh, I think I don't want to. I didn't read. I've never read the books, so I have to get that out of the way right now. I have no interest in reading the books. I've never read the book. I never saw the one that came out, I guess, 20 years ago. So all this stuff was new to me. I'm not sure if this is something added into this movie or you just, whatever. But this kid was being racially bullied. I didn't hear any N words or anything like that. But you had one bully in the film, dude. He wasn't just a bully. He was assaulting these kids. I think at one point, well, nothing, but at one point he even cut one kid in the gut. He started cutting the letter H into his gut. I'm like, what, dude? I mean, that goes far beyond bullying. I got bullied a little bit as a kid too, and most I ever suffered was, a couple of gut punches here and there. But this was way overboard, and oh my god, I tell you, so many things I just did not like about this movie. And the girl in the movie seems like her dad may have been sexually assaulting her, or maybe he wanted to do that. I mean, that was creepy. Then they had one scene where all the boys were like getting ready to go swimming in the creek, and then the girl pops up and she strips down to her skivvies, and they're in their skivvies, and I'm like, I felt kind of uncomfortable. I'm a grown man, but I felt uncomfortable for everybody. Well, they're just kids. Yeah, whatever. I just felt uncomfortable. You got a bunch of boys and one girl there, and I don't know what they were trying to push, but I didn't like that one at all. And this scene lasted a while. This was not a quick scene where they shot to something else. This lasted a while. Then they had like a love triangle, which whatever, the fat kid really loved the girl, and then the stuttering kid, the main actor in the movie, he really loved it. Well, whatever, their equivalent of love too. They both had a crush on this girl, and you just didn't. You like. I mean, I didn't know what to tell her. I was like, who are you gonna date? Are you gonna date anyone? I don't know. They're friends, but they both like you. What are you gonna do? It was up to her, but I found that kind of annoying myself. The action scenes. Let's just go to the scary scenes. The scary scenes, in my opinion, they just weren't that scary. I mean, I saw the trailers. The trailers looked unnerving, but when you see it on film and you see it put in the context of the movie, I just, they'll show the little balloon. He said, "Oh, here come Pennywise. He's around somewhere. He's gonna do something." You just knew it was coming. So, yeah. I just, sorry, they had one scene where the kid was getting his face eaten off at one point. I thought that was unnerving. Like, God, dude, like, but he didn't die or anything. But I'm like, that's some crazy looking imagery. And then what Pennywise kills these kids, and then he takes them into the sewer, and then he lets their bodies float, because that's what he would tell kids: "You're gonna float too. You're gonna float too." And okay, whatever. What does that mean? Okay, when you die, you just sit here and float in the sewer. I, I don't know. And then they all went down, and had to rescue the girl at the end, because there's always the girl that need rescuing, right? But they go down there and rescue the girl. And the whole thing behind Pennywise, which gives him his power, is that if you fear him, he can kill you. So you have to not fear him in order to fight back. Well, this dude's like superhuman strength. He can change in any damn thing. He's fast. I mean, he's abnormal. He's supernatural. So I'm not really sure what them not being afraid was going to accomplish. I'm just thinking with my logical mind now. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. We're out of our league. We shouldn't be trying to fight this clown. Anyway, they fought the clown. They defeated the clown, and that's kind of led to a way to where this is chapter one. Okay, they're gonna make a part two. This is gonna be their universe, because all the studios now, they seem to be doing this BS where they want to create these universes. And I get it. Marvel did it, and now DC's doing it. And now you want to do it, dude. Just make a good film. If I had to give anything to this film, I had to be the children actors did an outstanding job. I can't really take anything away from them. I think they had too many kids in there because they were trying to flesh out all these stories. Just too much. This movie could have been edited to be a lot smaller, but whatever. They did it the way they did it, and people are gonna love it. But this is one film I don't have to see again. Do I recommend it to people? Yeah, if you want a good jump scare from time to time with a little crazy imagery here and there, and you want to just go and see the kids do their job, yeah, go, by all means, go. But for the most part, what I didn't like about this film, all the adults were stupid. I just no, I did not buy that. Every adult was either angry, bitter, or just dumb. The only smart people in this movie were the children, and kids aren't. To me, kids are not that smart. So out of 10, I think I can only rate this one 6.0 at best. This is just my personal opinion. This is not anything that you need to really take to heart. I just didn't think it was a good film. Now, Rotten Tomatoes, this movie's blowing up. People are going to see it. They're definitely going to make a part two. I think I read that the other day. So it is what it is. Maybe they'll look at the mistakes of this one and, pretty much make a better film in the second part. But to me, I just didn't think this was that great of a movie. It's nothing I never need to go see again. Can I recommend it to family and friends? Yeah, that's about the best you're going to get out of me. To me, I would just say wait for Netflix. But if you want to go see it, go see it. I don't have to see it again. I have no desire to see it again. It was just whatever. Thank you for coming to visit my channel. I really appreciate it. It really does help me out when you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It really does help a brother out. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.